Good evening, Pete. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Bhavna.
We'd love to have a drink on the house with you.
Oh, I'll have a drink anytime, on or off cam.
Yes, now that we know you're a vodka drinker, we know to keep your drink ready at all times.
Thank you.
So today's discussion is not about real estate as much as possible.
Okay.
We know you've been in the industry for long, and we've had multiple conversations with you about the industry and the business. Today, what we want to get behind is Pete, the man, and all his dark secrets, if possible.
Secrets.
So we'll keep the drinks coming, right? You just make sure that the information flows out.
Okay, I'll
Ready?
try.
It's Friday evening. Come on.
Okay.
All right. So the first question we usually start with is the one question that you are sick and tired of answering. So that we just get that out of the way.
Sure.
So which one is that? What is that question?
What's up?
What's up? Wow. Okay. So you must be getting that quite a few times a day.
Yes, several times a day from several people.
So what is your standard response to what's up?
Same thing as yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Hopefully it will be different tomorrow.
Different tomorrow. Okay. Nice. So what's up, Pete? How's this evening coming along? Same
Great.
as yesterday?
Well, we're here today. I'm not inside my office. We're in this new facility that we just opened. So it's better than yesterday.
Great. And there's a long weekend coming up. Do you have plans?
No, just home.
You're not working though this weekend?
No, not working.
So you're taking some downtime?
Yes. It was a hectic week.
It was a hectic week?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's changed over time, over the years that you've been in the industry, from working maybe all the time, 7 days a week, to now being able to take a little downtime?
Yeah, somewhat. It's changed. I think it's evolved. The industry has evolved, so it allows you more time for yourself. You know, discussions with people are not always face to face anymore.
Yeah.
It can be done over Viber or over the phone, different mediums. So yes, there's a little bit more downtime.
So you don't see that as a nuisance?
No, not at all.
You don't? I mean,
No.
there is convenience involved to it, but also the thing changes that the 9-to-5 job that used to be where you used to work 9 to 5 has now become a on the go, anywhere, wherever you are, you will get an email, and chances are you're working all the time.
Well, if you're going to put it that way, yes. I mean, even if you're out of the country, you get the emails and the Vibers, and they don't know you're out of the country, and they don't know the time difference, so yes.
And you, I'm guessing, as a professional, like when you're so dedicated to what you do, chances are you're quite hooked to it, right? I remember I was on holiday recently and I was scaling up some peak, and right on the top of the peak, I got an email and I was sitting and responding to it, to where I had to stop myself and say, what am I doing? Like, look at what's in front of me, and here I am answering emails.
Always. I always tend to do that because I don't like things clogging up.
Okay.
So as they come, as best I can, I try to dispense with it.
Yeah.
So because of that, it's an obsessive compulsive thing.
But is that what you enjoy? Like, is that, like, some people get a high out of that, right?
But if I won't say I enjoy it, but if I don't do it, then it'll just bug me. So I gotta get rid of I gotta get rid of the thought of it bugging me.
Yeah, we know. I mean, we know you're pretty responsive on email. We know you're one of those few people that the minute you send an email out, within a few minutes, there will be a response directly from Pete. And I think a lot of the junior members in my team would be like, should we continue talking to Pete, or should we try to reach his assistant? And we know for a fact that you're pretty like on with all the conversations that you have.
Yeah.
So, okay. Is that how you've always been?
Yes. Yes. I hate clutter. I hate clutter in my email, just the same way that coming to my desk in the morning with a lot of paper just stresses me out.
What about people who, I mean, you have a pretty large team, right? So what about team members who are cluttered, and how do you deal with all of that?
As long as I don't see them, that's fine.
And they know that we need to stay out of sight of Pete?
Yeah. It's like when they come and bring me checks to sign and they give me a whole stack. And then I ask them, can't you bring it to somebody else? Am I the only one?
And what is the response? Yes, Pete, you are the only one.
And so I just leave it there. I'll deal with it later.
That's fun. You sound like a nice boss.
I think I am.
I think one of my favorite questions is, have you always wanted to be in real estate? Or, I mean, at 20, I wanted to do very different things with my life. What did you want to do at 20?
I was brought up in real estate. It was something exciting for me. I liked seeing things go up. So I guess to a certain extent, I can say that I really wanted to be in real estate. I mean, if there were thoughts that crossed my mind, perhaps being a stockbroker was exciting for me. But then I was so entrenched in real estate at a very young age that getting away from that was quite difficult already. It was like going out of my comfort zone.
Yeah? So real estate was always comfort zone?
Yes.
Why do you love real estate so much? What about it is so fascinating?
Well, apart from being brought up into it, it's seeing things go up. It's seeing structures go up, and communities coming out of it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's exciting to me.
But I'm sure with all of this complex beauty on the outside, there's all of that. It's like an iceberg, right? We always talk about projects like an iceberg where everything beautiful is on top, but the amount of work that goes, nobody sees.
Yes, the amount of work is horrendous.
It's horrendous, right?
Yes.
But what about this whole process? Though you love it, which part of the process would you happily let go of and say, I'll be happy for somebody else to handle this?
Regulation.
Regulation.
Yes. Especially in this country, regulation is so antiquated. It's not in tune with the times. Everything is a law. Even design standards are a law. So that's the suckiest part of it. And it's in stark contrast because I also did real estate development in the U.S. In the U.S., regulation is easy. There's a checklist of things. As soon as your checklist is complete, you bring it there, it's done. Here, there's always something missing. They can never get it right. There's always a problem. There's always this missing, that's wrong. So that's why it's a very tedious thing here.
So if you were given control for a little bit to fix that, where would you start breaking that clutter down?
Congress. Congress. And in fact, that's why I'm in SHDA.
Yes, you are. I mean, you fight for this pretty hard for the whole industry.
Yes.
But do you see, with time, do you see it changing a little bit?
Well, last 2 years were pretty tough. There are so many regulations changed, put in place that became bottlenecks. But now, the start of 2019, moving forward, we were talking to several government officials. There's the mandate of the government to streamline land conversion, etc. So moving forward, it looks good.
Yeah.
Whether it will actually happen is a different story, but hopefully it does happen.
Steps in the right direction.
Yes, it's in the right direction. Hopefully it does happen, but so far so good. I mean, it looks positive. Let's see.
That's good to know. I think all of us are waiting to see a lot more happen. Though things are changing really fast. I mean, the truth is there's so much more happening.
Yes,
there's so much more
exactly.
information out there today.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly.
So you feel like all of this digital change has also impacted real estate
Oh yes, significantly.
in a lot of ways?
Significantly.
Yeah? Has it confused the market more than it should, or I'm sure there's good and bad that's come out, right?
Yes, yes. There are new opportunities have come up. This co-working space, it's a change in the market.
Yeah. It's full. I mean, that's exciting too, right?
Yeah. Yes.
People are beginning to adapt to it, take up to it aggressively.
Right.
See, with you, Pete, the problem is every time you try not talking about real estate, you still segue into real estate.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna segue out of it again, and I'm
Okay.
going to ask you your first job. Do you remember your first check you ever cut? I mean, we all remember the first salary we ever made.
Yeah. Okay, but if you ask me that, we're going to have to go back into real estate because I've been into it all my life.
No, don't tell me how you made that money. Instead, tell me what you spent it on.
I don't remember really. No, I don't.
Did you buy yourself something?
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember what you did with your first check?
No.
Pete, how can you I remember when I made the 1st check, I was just...
Maybe I could have traveled with it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I bought myself a pair of shades. I should have invested my money better, but at that point I thought that was a very brilliant investment.
Okay, that's nice. I hope you still have the pair of shades
No,
now.
of course not. I must have lost it in no time. I think along this whole journey, because you come from a real estate family, did you find mentors within your family to teach you to, or did you look at people in the industry and did you learn
Well, first in the family, then later on in the industry.
So do you believe in mentorship as a concept, or because people are driven in different ways, right? A lot of people don't find good mentors along the way and don't actually understand mentorship as a concept.
Yes, in a way, mentors are good, but at the same time, seeing influences from the outside as markets change, etc., keeps things exciting. You know, I'm not a believer of, well, to a certain extent, I'm not a believer of best practices.
Yeah.
Best practices is a good statement at a given point in time, but if one just sticks to best practices, then you lose the ability to innovate.
Yeah.
So, it's because of that yeah, you have mentors and you have them as guideposts for the way you think, maybe, but outside influence is always good.
Outside influence is
Yeah.
always good. That's really interesting, right? Because a lot of people constantly tell you that go find a mentor, go find like an anchor. And it feels like in today's day and age, things are changing so fast. Who can tell you what the right way is?
Correct, exactly. That's why you need the outside influence.
So do you feel like a lot of the younger, maybe professionals trying to get into real estate or any other space come to you? How do you interact with them today?
There's no fixed formula anymore.
Yeah.
It's a different situation for everybody, and it really depends on the circumstance that someone is in at a certain time.
Nice.
You stick to the basics, like working hard and stuff like that. But even working hard has taken a different meaning today. I mean, a few years back, it was burning the midnight oil. Today, it doesn't have to be burning the midnight oil because you can work from anywhere.
Yeah.
You can work while drinking vodka.
Yeah. Yeah, I think today's conversation is about working smart and maybe not working hard. You don't have to be putting in hours and hours of work.
Correct.
As long as you can. And a lot of people don't get that. I think people find it very difficult to find the balance between hard work and smart work. And
Exactly.
that's interesting. That's very interesting. One of my last questions would be, if you had to define how the world looked at you in one word, what would it be? The world.
The world looked at me.
In one word.
How would they look at me?
What is the one word they would describe you with?
They can't describe me in one word.
Come on, give it a shot. Try.
They can describe me in 3 words.
Okay, 3 words.
Get things done.
Get things done. And how would Pete describe himself?
I deliver.
I deliver. So the same thing at the end of the day. Nice.
No special talent.
Thanks so much for having a conversation with
Thanks
us,
a lot,
Pete.
Bhavna. Thank you.
Enjoy Friday evening and the long weekend ahead.
Same to you.